Hi, everybody. I'm John Disher. I am the Community Outreach Manager for the East Central region of Indiana University Health. One of my roles is to conduct community health needs assessments and then develop strategies to develop strategies around the most pressing health needs, many times in conjunction with community health partners, many of you in this room. So it's my pleasure to work with many of you in this room on strategies to address some of the things we talked about today. We've heard a lot about different things that contribute to our poor health rankings. We've heard about alarming healthcare costs, how employers are affected and how they're responding. We've heard a powerful testimony about the effects of tobacco illness on a family. We've heard ways that state, regional, and local stakeholders can work together. And here today we have lots of large organizations and government entities that can play an important role in this war on disease that Dr. Jeff Bird mentioned. It's also important to note that bolstering public health spending is crucial to bring resources and expertise to our communities to address health issues and social issues that contribute to their cause. In the next few minutes, what I'd like you to consider is the role of the broader community, how small businesses, community groups, and coalitions, as well as individual citizens, how they are critical to achieve the change that we want to see. The community, the place where people live, work, and play, is where these health issues reside. The community is the place where change must be fostered with many different audiences. The community must be engaged to support this change, and once that happens, the beauty of it is that additional solutions can be found within the community itself. The question is, how do we do this? How do we engage the broader community of businesses and citizens in an environment where we tend to be siloed and focused inwards most of the time? How do we find and foster transformative energy in our community to create a broad culture of health? Following our 2015 Community Health Needs Assessment at IU Health Ball, we brought together a cross-section of community members to consider that and I asked that question of them. At the time, we had multiple resources and partnerships in place. We were strategizing to work on issues like obesity and tobacco, infant mortality, et cetera, but we weren't reaching a large portion of the community with those initiatives. So the question I asked this group that I brought together was, how do we magnify this impact? How do we magnify it into the broader community to reach a larger segment of our population? We did some research, and we learned about something called the collective impact model. We felt that would be a great value to address the health needs in our communities. So in 2016, after months of extensive planning, the Healthy Community Alliance of Delaware and Blackford counties was launched. Now I want to make a quick note. It's not the same thing as the Alliance for a Healthier Indiana, even though we both call ourselves the Alliance, okay? The Healthy Community Alliance of Delaware and Blackford counties is a two-county health coalition located here locally. So currently, we have 114 community partners from a range of diverse organizations who represent education, industry, the financial sector, faith-based organizations, small business, philanthropy. Each has its own audience of students, employees, parishioners. It's those audiences that those organizations have that are the focus of our collective impact model. The Healthy Community Alliance was designed to target obesity and tobacco utilizing this collective impact approach that includes a common agenda. We're aiming as a Healthy Community Alliance to decrease the impact of chronic disease through improved nutrition, increased physical activity, and tobacco cessation. We use shared measurement to make sure we all know what's happening as the results of our work. Key to this are what we call mutually reinforcing activities. Collective impact initiatives depend on this diverse group of stakeholders working together, not requiring that these participants all do the same thing, but encouraging them to undertake a set of activities which it excels at in a way that supports and coordinates with the actions of others towards that common agenda. Finally, continuous communication is very important to the collective impact model. Developing trust among partners, sharing information, sharing successes, sharing best practices, opening those silos that we've heard about, and removing communication barriers. All of our 114 partners have pledged to influence their audiences in ways that complement the common agenda that we've established using methods that mutually reinforce the efforts of other partners. Now, about a year ago, I did a survey of about half of our partners and just asked them, how many people are represented in your audience, whether it's parishioners, employees, whatever. Of those 50% of our partners, if you exclude Ball Hospital, if you exclude Ball State University, the rest of those partners, and there was about 50 of them, They have 50,000 people in their audiences. Okay? That's the power of collective impact. If we can start reaching through our partner organizations, those audiences, the numbers grow and the impact increases. Through the Healthy Community Alliance, partners participate in work groups that share knowledge. They help to form partnerships. They develop support materials like our shared messaging program, our tobacco toolkits, and our active lifestyle toolkits that help those partners influence their audiences. I might add those examples of those materials are available on our Healthy Community Alliance table outside. Our communications are targeted and are designed to further foster sharing of knowledge and resources with the end result of trying to influence and influencing audiences where they gather. In this community, we have many resources, many passionate people that want to see change, that have the tools to help facilitate change. The Healthy Community Alliance can serve as a conduit to connect and catalyze those resources. The results are helping to bring together large groups, small groups, and individuals to release the community's transformative energy. In the last 2 years, Healthy Community Alliance partners have come together to create free community programming and initiatives that directly engage community members and help them learn and practice healthy behaviors. Joint efforts among our partners have been able to bring low-income families to the farmers market to learn about healthy lifestyles, eating healthy with fruits and vegetables, but some of them for the very first time. Some of these initiatives, these joint efforts have located mobile farmers markets in food deserts, like last summer's collaboration at the Ross Center. Efforts by folks in this room have facilitated SNAP access at our local farmers markets, making healthy choices more accessible for resource-limited audiences. Our partners even offer free Zumba paired with nutritional counseling in our areas of poorest health indicators. We've joined forces to educate children outside the classroom about healthy lifestyles. Our partners have worked on projects to include enhance public transportation to facilitate grocery shopping. Our partners encourage walking and cycling. We have complete streets initiatives. If you look at Neely Avenue, how that encourages people to walk and cycle. We have a new healthy lifestyle center that's forward-thinking, is engaging people in their health. We have business sponsorship, businesses that put sponsorships towards health initiatives. It's fantastic. We've got an active tobacco coalition in this community that's doing point-of-sale audits, that's working with community groups to promote cessation. At the most simple and basic levels, our partners are influencing their audience with one of our toolkits. We have dentists, physicians, clinics, factories, schools, churches, small businesses, community centers, even libraries are distributing these materials when that moment arises when an audience member says, I think I'd like to stop smoking. I think I'd like to lose a little weight. How do I do that? Our media messaging campaign is popping up on bulletin boards, time clocks, newsletters across our community. The idea is that we all begin to see, hear, and talk about ways to live a healthy life. The more we are exposed, the more we will put into practice. I believe there's power in these ideas. I believe there's power in this collaboration. There's power in this communication. There's power in one person to affect change. And there's power in the collective impact model. I want to close with a short story. One of our partners, it's not the largest partner in the Alliance, it's the White Spot Coin Laundry, corner of Reserve and University. I approached the owner of the White Spot and I said, hey, I'd like for you to join the Healthy Community Alliance. Here's what we're about. Here's the collective impact. The idea is we ask our partners to influence their audiences, customers, employees, to make better choices around nutrition, physical activity, not using tobacco. And you know what he said? He said, well, we're natural for that. He goes, we have attendants that are here all day long, and they talk one-on-one with our laundromat customers for hours. They learn about each other. He said, we're perfect for that. He said, let me introduce you to Kim, my attendant that's here today. He introduced me to Kim. I said, Kim, I said that the Healthy Community Alliance has a toolkit that you can use to give people if they're interested in quitting smoking. That's the 1-800-QUIT-NOW line. And she goes, I'm familiar with that. My daughter used that. She has stayed quit for 6 months now. It's fantastic. She goes, I'll put the word out. I'll talk to my clients. So about a week later, I stopped by to see how they're doing, and I had given Kim 5 of those toolkits. I said, Kim, how's it going? And she smiled. She said, it's going great. She goes, but I got a problem. And I said, what? She goes, I need more toolkits. I've given them all out. I've found 5 people that want to quit smoking. I've given them out. Here's my question. Here's the power of collective impact. Think about 10 Kims working in that fashion in different organizations. Think about 100. Think about 1,000 Kims affecting that influence with those people one-on-one. That's the power of collective impact. That's what we're trying to work on with our Healthy Community Alliance. Thank you for your time today. I appreciate it.